for, and I knew Ryan Scope would give it to me. Blood and guts, war, that's where I'm best, and I couldn't be happier with how that went. If I'd have won that clean, I wouldn't be as happy as I am now.
With that head kick, you went down after the head kick, looked like there were a couple of strikes on the ground, and for a second it looked like you might have been out for a split second.
Not close. You can't finish me. That's it. I can't. Whenever I won't be finished. I just refuse to be finished. You don't get finished in fighting. You give up. That's what happens. And I won't give up. I was just there. I was hurt bad, but I wasn't close to being finished. No way.
At the end of the fight on the cage with Conor McGregor, and what it meant to have him there to support you tonight.
Everything. He's one of my best friends. It's just nice to share these moments with your best friends. But I had many moments tonight backstage with Artem and all my other friends. Just Conor, he always steals the headlines, but I've many close friends that I've gained through this sport, and that's the best thing I've got through this sport is my friends.
How good does it feel?
Carl picture there with the comeback, and the crowd get behind him, the crowd get behind you, and how much are you kind of cognizant of the crowd getting behind you at that situation? We were almost finished, you come back.
Yeah, huge. I was really hurt bad, and I was in mount, and I was just trying to stay alive. I could hear that ole, 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 and if I needed any more inspiration to keep fighting, that was it. So it did play a big part.
Describe what was going through your head when you were on the ground, and how did you summon the strength and perseverance to muster that comeback? I can't. I would not be able to live myself if I gave up. That's what happens when you get finished in that manner. When it's a TKO, you're not being knocked out. You're giving up. You're kind of relenting and just giving up. And that's just not in me. If I did that, it would just break my heart. It would break me forever. So I couldn't do it. I just can't do that. How satisfying a win was it? I mean, with the home crowd, with Conor jumping up beside you, what was that like, the whole experience?
Amazing. It's just very satisfying. Ryan beat Pitbull in his last fight. So I have to tip my hat to Ryan as well. He gave me the kind of fight that the fans deserved here. He came, he fought me, he wasn't afraid. He kind of thought about taking me down in the first round. I was hurting him a bit, but he fought then. He mustered himself and came back in the second and hurt me. So, I'm thankful to Ryan for coming in here and putting on a proper fight, because I have a habit of making people not fight. They get hit by me and they start kind of shelling up, and not shelling up, but start trying to wear the clock down. So fair play to Ryan. He's a really good fighter, and I respect him a lot.
Fighters talk about those small percentages. Can you quantify what the crowd brought to your performance today?
Yeah, it's just that was. I thought it wouldn't be topped from the last time, but it was. It was just insane. The noise was the same, but the energy felt like more. It felt like, I can't even describe it. G could probably describe it better than me. You were listening to it. I was just kind of focusing on Ryan, but it seemed mad, to be honest. It just didn't seem real.
Peter, after the Miles fight and the fact that it was all up in the air and the fact that you didn't have the closure that you wanted in this fight, how good did it feel to have such a devastating finish here with the crowd? The crowd, you were speaking the last time saying you wanted to give them something. Is this exactly what you wanted to give them?
Yeah, this is what I wanted to happen in the Miles fight. And I thought Miles, this is what he wanted. He's a kickboxer, he strikes normally, but as I said, when you go with me, you turn into a wrestler normally. And that's what happened to Miles, and I was disappointed in him. He had a chance to win some fans that night and impress Bellator and be that. Ryan's not going to go down in stock from that performance at all. Do you know what I mean? And Miles had that chance and he bottled it, to be honest. Respect to Miles, there is respect there. Whatever, he's doing what he's doing. I can see he's trying to better himself over an AK. That's fine. I don't really have anything against Miles anymore. But, I felt like he left, he missed an opportunity that night.
You said that Ryan had flown the flag well for all the Europeans against Patricky. You want to test yourselves against the top names in this division. Is there anyone there that you can really think of that you'd like to fight now, out of the US kind of guys at lightweight?
Yeah, I owe Terry Brazier a fight, I know that, so I need to, he's matched, so that'll be probably next year. I want to slap the head off Chris Bungard. So that's more of a personal vendetta more than a step up. And other than that, then just any of them US names. I wouldn't mind fighting Patricky, but he's kind of tight. A lot of them are tied up. That's why I'm kind of thinking about Bungard, because a lot of them big names are tied up with this tournament and things. And Patricio's tied up in the tournament, and so yeah, we'll see what happens. There's talk of me fighting in London even before this, so I think I'll fight there. I'm not that hurt. My hand's a bit sore, I'm a bit bruised up, but I'm not hurt.
What was the exchange with Ryan on the cage after the fight? You know, you had a little embrace and had a little exchange there. Give us a bit of insight into what was said there.
I thought you were going to say what was the exchange in Mount, because I was talking to him there as well, and he was like, I was so hurt, and I was like, I kind of gained a little bit of composure, and I got an overhook, and I was like, we're fighting now, I says to him, and he was like, and he elbowed me then. I was like, fuck, I better not stop talking now. But at the end of the fight then, I just said he's, I believe he's the best fighter I've ever fought. Him or David Khachatryan in Russia. He was a very high level Russian, he wouldn't be known here. But I believe Ryan is the most high level fighter I've fought. He's right up there as he showed against Patricky. He beat Patricky. He beat him, fair and square. He didn't get the nod that night, but he did beat him. So I just told him he's an amazing fighter, and I thanked him for how he fought, because that's what the crowd wanted.
You talk a lot, online and stuff about your mentality and getting through those struggles. Is that the sort of thing that that you get through in just normal life? It'll help you through something tonight when you can see the mentality comes through and you just get through that war like you did.
Yeah, I've for good or bad, I've experienced a lot of heavy sparring in my career, just by the nature of who my training partners are, with Conor and Artem, and we just go at it. It's not for the faint-hearted when we spar, and there's different viewpoints on that, whether it's good for your career or bad for your career, but that's what happens when you're used to that. You don't wilt. Other fighters who haven't been tested like that, Ryan would have finished 95% of fighters there, and that's a fact. But not me, because I have my training partners to thank for that. And that's where my mental toughness comes from. It's adversity and putting yourself in those positions that, develop that mentality of never giving up.
You talk about the Irish fans, and obviously the atmosphere here was electric for your fight. Tell me about the emotions that were going through your head once you got in the cage. You were the first man out for this fight.
Yeah, that was unusual.
You had you had your music playing, the Cranberries. They stopped the music for Ryan's walkout, but then the crowd.
No, it didn't. I didn't hear it stop. I didn't hear it stop.
What was sort of coursing through you at that point? Ryan's making his walk, and then the crowd are just going mad.
Pride, Irish pride. I was overwhelmed with a sense of pride. There's not many people who will ever experience what I've experienced there, and I'm so lucky to have experienced that. I don't know, just pride. I just couldn't believe it, to be honest. Just how much people support us, all of us, every fighter in Ireland. There's no. I've been to many fights and all over the world, and there's never an atmosphere anywhere than in this arena. And it's just this testament to the fans and how they get behind their own fighters. And just to answer your question, pride.
Congratulations.